It's Jared OD here from Dynamics, and I want to share with you something I learned when working with teams of staff who look after older people with dementia. It's a point called adaptive paranoia, and it's a common thing that staff see when working with older people whose dementia is progressing. Now, before we talk about that, we have to talk about coping strategies. Coping strategies we employ all the time to get us through the day. For some people, it's coffee or cigarettes, and for others, it's going to the gym or practicing yoga. And these coping strategies allow us to deal with the stressors that are happening in our lives and reappraise them and turn them around or reframe what's happening in a way that we can deal with them and move on and get through. Now, when somebody has dementia, they're experiencing lots of really drastic changes in how they process the world. And they start to lose the ability to recognize people in their family, to understand how to make a certain kind of food or tie their shoelaces or get home from the bus stop. And so it can be a really difficult, scary time, causing a lot of anxiety. One example that we hear from staff in care settings is that often an older person who's experiencing these changes will start to lose things, and often they'll present to staff and say that somebody's stealing their things. It could be a nurse or a carer or another resident, and she's stealing my stuff, and they can get really upset and convinced that this is happening. But in truth, this is what's called adaptive paranoia. So as the person adapts to their changing circumstances, they start to look for solutions to what's happening in the behavior of other people around them. And so it appears like paranoia. He took my stuff. She didn't leave my brush where it was, and so on. So you can get these conflict triggers happening because of this attempt to cope with what's happening. But if we really seek to understand and acknowledge that person's perspective and empathize with their position, then I think it'll help us to work through those moments with those people and resolve any conflict situations that are coming up. So that was my tip today. I hope it was helpful.